Providence Pride. The mayor raises the flag for Pride Month celebrations at City Hall, but not before getting an earful from that resident. Why the mayor was briefly cut off. Plus, an SUV dangling from the 9th story of a parking garage. Wait till you hear the reason why it was in that tight spot. Jeff.
We dodged some showers this evening. You see them moving right across the area by me, but that Rhode Island rain shield did its job tonight. Will it do it again this weekend? I'll have the answer coming right up. John.
All right, we'll get to Jeff and those stories shortly, but first tonight at 11, happening right now, a live look at the White House lit up in bright orange. This is happening tonight as part of the Wear Orange Day, honoring victims and survivors of gun violence. Same story here in Rhode Island. At our spectacular state capitol, you see it there, Governor McKee getting ready to sign a safe storage bill passed by the General Assembly. Thanks for joining us tonight at 11. I'm John DeLuca. Here's what Governor McKee had to say about that safe storage bill today and his future goals for gun control in the state.
Every step that we can make that can help create a safer state, I'm on board with. So I'll be signing that safe storage as well, and I'll be asking again in my State of the State next year for the bill to come on the assault weapon ban bill.
The safe storage bill the governor is signing will require guns to be stored in locked containers or have a mechanical lock engaged when they aren't being used. New tonight at 11, a Providence man is now facing charges after police say he tossed a gun during a foot chase on Wednesday. According to a police report, Donnie Rodriguez took off running on Chalkstone Ave while investigators talking to him and 3 other people. Police say during the chase, Rodriguez pulled a gun out of his waistband and tossed it aside. Police later found that gun near the intersection of Smith and Ruggles Streets. Rodriguez is now charged with having a gun without a license. A Westport woman is now accused of taking advantage of a Vietnam veteran who has dementia by stealing his money. Police arrested Bernadette Medeiros today. Detectives say Medeiros wrote 4 checks to herself using that elderly vet's checkbook, knowing that he had dementia, and cashed them. She's facing 5 larceny counts. An elderly driver having a medical issue crashed into a home in Pawtucket tonight. There was only minor damage done to the home, but different story there for the car you can see on your screen. Police say the woman was taken to the hospital for treatment. No charges are expected. Now to an ABC 6 News follow-up. A Providence City Council resolution on Israel is drawing rebuke, a sharp rebuke from the mayor. 3 councilors, including Council President Miller, introduced an ordinance that would divest city money from Israel's sovereign bonds. Councilman Miguel Sanchez, a co-sponsor, says no Providence taxpayer money should be going to fund genocide. But the mayor says this would only impact 0.007% of the city's mutual funds.
It's not about actually divesting, because there's nothing to divest from. What it's about is about demonizing Israel and doing it with harmful facts that are only going to cause further division within our community and within our city, and I won't stand for it.
And as you heard there, the mayor not a fan. He promised to veto that ordinance if it makes it to his desk. The Providence City Council's Finance Committee will review it next. Governor McKee says he will sign the reforms to the Law Enforcement Officers' Bill of Rights, or LEOBOR, that was passed by the General Assembly this week. The bill changes the traditional 3-member panel that evaluates officer discipline cases to a 5-member panel that now includes a retired judge and an attorney. It also sets up a new suspension structure for officers who are accused of wrongdoing. All right, let's get a check on the forecast now. Storm Tracker Chief Meteorologist Jeff Vanson joining us live in the Weather Center. Heard in your fantastic tease off the top, we dodged some showers. Are there any more showers to dodge between now and when most people get up tomorrow?
No, this is the end, John. There was a couple that, I would say barely survived across the area. We'll zoom in on it in a second. But no, we are clearing things out tonight in more ways than one. We're talking very, very dying showers as they moved over us here. There was one that scooted right across the heart of our area there, and just a sprinkle left at this point, heading out into the Atlantic. A couple showers up towards the Mass Pike there, right along 495 into, looks like the Andover section north of Boston, but that is really it. Right now we're looking at temperatures that are in the 60s. Smithfield might have just gotten, a shower in the last 15 minutes or so. It doesn't look like they have one right now based on the radar, but the icon's still showing that light rain icon, so they might have just had one go through. That's really it, though. The rest of our area is dry. Look at Block Island, clear as a bell right now. Newport, mostly clear. Temperatures are in the 60s. That's a little mild right now, but I'll tell you what, you can tell that the air mass is changing. It's sort of a changing of the guards situation. Look at the winds. They're generally coming out of the west, northwest right now behind those showers. Ahead of the showers, they're coming out of the more southwest, and that is the difference in your humidity right now. We've got low 60s ahead of those showers. It's a little bit on the humid side, not terrible or anything, but as you go back to the west and you see those dew points dropping into the 50s, that shows you that the comfier air is on the way. So as we go through tonight, skies will clear. Full sunshine tomorrow morning, very comfortable out there for any Saturday morning activities. A few clouds popping in during the afternoon, temperatures in the mid-70s, a little breezy, but very, very nice day. John, start to your weekend. We have to, unfortunately, track a few showers for Sunday. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Look forward to that. Thank you, Jeff. New tonight at 11, Mayor Smiley kicking off Providence's all-important month of Pride celebrations tonight, although the ceremony was briefly interrupted. Here's ABC 6 News reporter Caitlin Gelhaus.
I'm here in support of our community, my community. I thank the City of Providence for doing this with us, for us.
The City of Providence is once again celebrating Pride Month.
I live in a city that supports gay people, supports all kind of lifestyle, way of being. And it is very important, not only for me, I think for the whole city.
For Mayor Brett Smiley, Pride Month hits close to home.
I remember, I said at the podium, my first Pride was in 2000. My husband's first Pride was in 1985. And it's like everyone has that moment of their first Pride. And so the need for it, the need for people to be able to finally, when they get ready, to speak out about who they are and show that they're proud of who they are and who they love, has value.
There was a brief disturbance at the event at City Hall as the mayor took the podium. An angry resident claiming the mayor won't respond to his messages.
Why have you avoided the people in answering the question? And why have you not made sure that our everything is answered for us?
Mayor Smiley tells me the reason some people are upset is because the city made a minor change to next weekend's Pride festivities.
This year we made a small change to the policy whereby outdoor music at the block parties has to turn off at 1 o'clock instead of 2 o'clock. The parties will still go until 2 o'clock.
Next weekend, there will be a Pride Festival with an illuminated nighttime parade, followed by those block parties. In Providence, Caitlin Gelhaus, ABC 6 News.
At the State House.
And yes, it's still Rhode Island, and sometimes you still gotta know a guy. But I'm proud to be here as Exhibit A that it's not always the case.
That is Kaz DeCarvalho, the newest Associate Justice on the Rhode Island District Court bench. And he comes from humble roots. The judge was sworn in at the State House today and told the story of his father's upbringing as the son of a farmer in Angola, country in Central Africa. The judge was a partner at a law firm in Johnston before being named to the bench. Cranston Police Major Todd Padalano is now jumping into politics. He's running for state senate, looking to replace the retiring Frank Lombardi. Padalano has been on the job in Cranston since 1995 and is now second in command behind Colonel Winquist. He is running as a Democrat. Now to an ABC 6 News update. Case High School in Swansea is set to reopen on Monday after a fire at the school yesterday. The school was closed today while that cleanup work got underway. The fire started in a storage room just before 3 o'clock. It caused smoke damage on the first floor. There were no students in the school at that time. The superintendent tells ABC 6 News if all goes according to plan this weekend, the students will be back in class on Monday. Fall River police are still looking for suspects in a Tuesday shooting. A spokesperson for the department tells ABC 6 News, as of this afternoon, no arrests have been made. This is the case involving a man who was shot in the shoulder in the area of Dwelly and South Main Streets on Tuesday night. That victim took himself to the hospital. Police think that shooting, though, was targeted. Watson Pond State Park in Taunton is now back open for swimming. It was closed to swimming last Friday after someone stole the buoys from out of the water. Spokesperson for the Mass Department of Conservation and Recreation tells ABC 6 News the rope and buoys were reinstalled in that water on Wednesday, and now you can go back to swimming. The Karen Reed murder trial will resume in Dedham on Monday after a day off today. Day 21 of testimony, though, wrapped up the 5th week of the trial yesterday. It's expected to last another few weeks. Prosecutors are still calling witnesses, most recently a state police sergeant in charge of some of the evidence collection at the crime scene. Reed, as you probably know by this point, is accused of killing her boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe, by backing into him with her SUV. Now to our focus on your health. At 11 o'clock, the FDA is now out with a new warning about raw milk. The agency says evidence shows cattle infected with bird flu are now shedding it in their milk. Now, since raw milk is not pasteurized, people could be exposed to the bird flu. It's illegal to sell raw milk in Rhode Island, but a spokesperson with the Department of Health saying it is still using social media to encourage people to stay away from raw milk. Caught on camera. New NYPD body camera footage shows officers removing a good-sized snake from an apartment in Manhattan this week. It's a 5-foot boa constrictor was seen going into a basement apartment. That's a big no-no. It is illegal to own boa constrictors in New York City, so that snake is now being sent to stay with a foster family outside of the city. And here's one you don't see every day. Look at this. Folks walking in Charlotte, North Carolina, spotted an SUV dangling from the 9th floor of a parking garage. Firefighters were called and came up with a way to get it stabilized. Nobody was in the vehicle, though, when they got to it. The driver had left it in neutral. Happening tomorrow, the popular Gatsby Days Parade is back in Warwick. It steps off at 10 tomorrow morning. The 5K is at 9:30. Warwick Police will close Narragansett Parkway at 8 o'clock in the morning. This annual Rhode Island treasure recognizes the burning of the British revenue schooner HMS Gatsby in 1772. That British ship was burned by Rhode Island colonists in the lead-up to the Revolutionary War. Still to come tonight on ABC 6 News at 11.
That's it. Thank you all so very much, and goodbye.
How about that? Pat Sajak taking his final spin of the wheel after 41 years. How a few Rhode Islanders said their goodbyes. Then the Celtics make a statement in Game 1 of the NBA Finals last night. Later on in sports this evening, we'll hear from the player whose return made a huge difference. Nicholas Nicky has that for us. You're watching ABC 6, Southern New England's trusted news source.